a 1-2 step. I do a 1-2 step. I do a 1-2 step. No, I ain't done yet. Let me move to the left. I do a 1-2 step. Everybody in the club, in the club. No, I ain't done yet.
So hello everybody, welcome to my first YouTube video. This is the semi-final for the League Racing Championship in Speed Sports Race Park in Houston. So we're going to be doing two races today. The first is going to be 14 laps and the second, the main race, is going to be 24 laps. As we do our formation lap, we need a good performance today because we're currently third in the overall points championship, and well, fourth and fifth are pretty close behind, so we need a good performance to keep our third place in the championship. So and ideally we want to actually close the gap to kart number 34, Mr. Evan, who's actually second in the championship. So if we can get a good performance and finish ahead of kart number 34, that'd be good. So quite short layout that we're running today. As you can see, a couple of corners and that's already a lap. So we're going to fast forward to the start of the race. So again, starting 6th. There's 14 laps, so ignore the little glitch at the top right. It says 13. But yeah, the most important thing is getting a good launch. So we have to time the green flag and try to make up some positions when we're starting 6th. So wait for the green flag here. There we go. We actually get a really good start and nobody covers the inside, so we go from 6th to 1st on the first lap. So, well, pretty ideal, pretty perfect start. Make sure we look back, take a defensive line through the first corner. There we go. Job done. So pretty perfect start there. Go from 6th to 1st. 5-car overtake. I don't think I've ever done a 5-car overtake before. Well, anyways, pretty perfect start. Make sure we look back. We actually have a slightly comfortable margin to the second place. I take a look back again. That gap is actually increasing. So we're off to a really good start. And, well, we just have to take advantage of the situation and increase our margin to second place as much as we can. So pretty ideal start here. And, well, like I said, the layout that we're running today is quite short compared to the actual length of the full track. The full track that we're running here is, I think, 3/4 of a mile. So whatever that comes out to. As we begin lap 3 here. The first corner is always a bit tricky. It's a hairpin. You have to kind of break into the corner, and you can take it fast, but you end up going all the way to the dirt there. And obviously you don't want to be in the dirt or else you slow down. This one's my favorite. You can take it flat this corner if you set up the car properly, which we do there. And then this corner, again, pretty tricky hairpin. We do a pretty good job there. Pretty much hit the apex, and this corner is pretty much flat. You just need a good line to take before the straight, and there we go, another lap done. So we're doing pretty well so far. You know, we're increasing the gap. I think second and third were fighting pretty hard in this race, and because they were fighting each other, I think that allowed me to, you know, get away really well. And I think my pace in the first race was really good. So you're going to see in a bit the actual margin that we have to second place as we round off the last corner down the main straight to complete another lap. But yeah, pretty ideal start, and we're deploying some human DRS there. But as we go through the first corner another time, I'm going to go ahead and pause the video there. That white helmet kart, that's second place. So such as the margin that we built to second place. So our pace was really good in this race. And, well, you know, we built a really good margin. Even though we have a pretty big lead, I'm still pushing. As you can see, I take a pretty good line through that corner again. I'm not letting up. So you know, who knows? Maybe I'll make a mistake or they'll catch up. So you never know. You always want to push and ideally just go for the win. But nothing really happens in this race other than that. So gonna skip to the last lap here. And truly replicating Sir Mr. Lewis Hamilton and winning the race on the first lap here. Checkered flag. There we go. Pretty ideal race there. First from start to finish. So we're going to go ahead and go to the start of the second race. We're starting in first position. So your finishing position determines your starting position for the next race. And since we finished first, we're going to be starting first. So again, it's dark now. We were racing in sunset hour in the first race, but it's dark now. So again, let's try to get a good launch for this one as well. Wait for the green flag. There we go. Cover the inside line, go slightly left. There we go. Job done again. Into the lead. Take a look back. I take a slightly defensive line into this corner. Try to defend a little bit, but there we go. Job done in first place. But right off the bat, I know something's wrong. This kart does not have the straight line speed that we need to keep the lead. And I can feel that. I'm looking back a lot more, and you're going to see that throughout the race. I look behind me a lot more because this kart's not fast. It does not have the straight line speed. And maybe actually if you look really closely at the footage, you can actually tell that it's a little bit slower than the kart that we used before. So yeah, as we begin lap 2, I know I'm in trouble. So I did get a really good launch. Again, I'm looking back a lot more. But yeah, I know that I'm in trouble, and it's just a matter of time until, you know, they catch up. And I don't build as big of a margin as I did in the first race. So second place is actually pretty close to, you know, to my rear end there. So keep taking a look back to see if I need to defend. And as we begin lap 3, we are still in the lead, but not by much. Again, I'm taking a look back at every corner to see if I need to defend. I don't defend into that corner. Second place is actually right behind me at this point. So that one paid off there. This corner, take it flat. And, well, he's right behind me now. So I decide to defend into this corner, and I outbrake myself a little bit, go deep. And there we go. First place. Give us a little tap there. So we actually take a really bad line through this corner, and it really compromises us for the straight. And there you go. I'm shaking my head, and you can see the gap that number 11 built to us just because we got a bad exit on the last corner. So definitely not ideal, but I think we can keep up with them. We keep up with them through the corners, but you'll see as the race goes on, we lose out in the straights. So definitely not ideal. We're just going to try to pretty much maintain the gap as much as we can, try to do our best with the kart that we have, and to preserve. So I'm gaining on him here, as you can see. I'm definitely closer, but down the straight where the top speed is reached for these karts, you can see just pulling away towards the end of that straight, so not really much I can do there. And this kart does corner pretty well. Maybe that's because it's slower, but you know, it's a give or take situation. The kart just did not have the top end speed, so we're gonna have to worry about third place now because he's actually right behind me as well. So definitely this race not going the way I planned. We're still in second place, which is a good decent chunk of points. Just as long as we can maybe stay in the top 3, that'd be good. So again, I'm taking a look back. The third place is right behind me. I don't defend, and it costs me second place there, so try to get the cop back on him. Doesn't really work out. I do have a run, but the next corner is not really an overtaking place, so I'm gonna have to stay behind him here. Do we have a run on him? We don't. Look up the inside, the space not there, and we go too deep and we go onto the grass, and that compromises us again for the last corner, and we end up taking a really weird line, and it compromises us for the straight again. And there you go. He takes a better line and gains tremendously down the straight. And, well, we kind of made the same mistake 2 times, which, honestly, not that good. So, his pace similar to the guy before. You know, I just didn't have the straight line speed to keep up with him. So, again, not ideal. So, the next person behind me, fourth place, is actually in front of a pack of 3 or 4 cars. So fourth, fifth, sixth, and seventh, I believe, is consecutively behind each other. And again, I'm hitting the wheel. I know I'm slow, but I do have a slight gap to the guys behind me, and I don't want to get caught up by that pack because, like I said, it's a huge pack of cars, and well, if they overtake me, I'm probably going to be fighting too much to ever really potentially keep up with these 2 leaders here. So, not ideal. Definitely, again, I take a really good line through that corner. I'm really focused now. I'm trying to keep the gap because I know that there's a huge pack of cars behind me, and I don't want to get caught up by them. So, taking a look back, we do have a slight margin on lap 9, but they are gaining. So, you know, you're going to see later on this race kind of takes a turn for the worst. So, and you know, the guy in front, we don't really close the gap, so you know, we don't really ever end up catching up to him. So we kind of just stay in third place here. But anyways, I am focused. My lines are good. I just don't have the straight line speed. So we're gonna fast forward to lap 14. Those 2 cars in front of us are lapped, and the car in front of them, that's actually second place. So he's gapped us pretty big there. And these lapped cars, they're not obliged to get out of the way, but you know, they don't help by staying in the way when you're lapping them. So as you can see, number 12 takes a really bad line through that corner and through that corner as well. So we give him a slight tap. He looks back, and that pack has actually caught us up. We try to leapfrog number 12, and we take a really bad line, and there you go. Take a look at the left there. 3 positions lost in one corner. Not good. I try to take the position back. Doesn't really work out. We push this guy wide. I put my hand up to let him know I didn't mean to do that. And as a result, we lose out another position. And that's actually our main rival, Evan. So we have to get past him there. I definitely don't want to hang around here too much. The inside line is open, so I'm going to dive down the inside. Absolute savage lunge there. And we take back 6th place from Evan. And, well, ideally we want to close these positions as soon as possible. We don't want to hang around too much. I take a look back. We do have a slight gap, so I don't have to defend. And, well, if these 2 guys fight, which they are doing right now, this is going to help us to catch up. And there you go. We pretty much caught up with them because they're fighting for position. And, well, I was doing really good here. I take a slightly defensive line there, but into this corner, I get tap from behind, as you're going to see here, and then that pushes me there, and there you go, I get bumped. And so I'm putting my hand up because, well, I got bumped from behind, and, well, that resulted in kind of a spin. To be honest, that hit actually put me in the correct trajectory, else I would have probably spun 180 degrees. And, well, we're getting overtaken left, right, and center here. We're going to follow this guy up the inside, so we stay in 8th place. Considering we started first, 8th place is pretty bad. So, again, combined with the pace, the lack of pace rather, that this car has compared to the others, in terms of straight line speed anyways, definitely not ideal, the situation that we're in. So, we have to make up these positions. 8th is the lowest I've ever finished in a race, so we're, you know, definitely don't want to finish 9th. That'd be an all-time low. So, again, I'm taking a look back. Evan is behind us, so at least if we can keep him behind, that's something. So, anyways, we're just trying to do what we did before. Focus, really take, you know, really increase the pace as much as we can and catch the guys up in front. I don't defend into that corner. I don't cover it, and we go wheel to wheel. He's ahead going into the corner. I'm ahead going out, so I slightly squeeze him here. I did have the corner, so we do take that position back. He is right behind me. I defend slightly. He still finds room down the inside. He goes. I try to take the cutback line. It doesn't work, so we've actually fallen to 9th, considering we started first. Again, really kind of the race is getting away from us, so we're just going to have to try to make the best of it. I mean, 9th is pretty bad. I mean, considering, again, that we started first. So, with only 5 laps left to go. We have to make up these positions. They're not too far ahead. Again, we have 4 laps to go actually, so we do have the opportunity to get some of these positions back. I doubt, you know, with the pace that we have, that we're going to be able to make up too many positions, but, you know, definitely not ideal. That guy's lapped, so again, these lap cars, they don't really get out of the way. Evan tries to overtake, and he kind of covers him off, and that pushes him back into me, which is good for me, but not good for him. So, again, these lap cars, they don't really help. But anyways, there's a little bit of a space down the inside. I tried to find some room. The space disappears. I'm going to try to follow him through here. I don't have the speed, and we bump him and we get caught up. So, again, Mr. Number 27 doesn't really help out there. But, you know, we will overtake him in that corner. So, from the looks of it, with 3 laps to go, the only position that we can realistically make up is 8th place. So, as long as we can get this position, we can actually salvage something from this race, because the only direction we've been going so far is backwards. So 2 laps to go. We do have a pretty big gap because of the lapped car kind of held us up there. We take a really good line through that corner, so does he, but we gain on him slightly here. So it's all to play for. 2 laps to go. Well, yeah, 2 laps to go here. If we can make up 8th place and get ahead of Evan, that'd be good. So at least we can, you know, stay ahead of the guy that's in front of us in terms of the points championship. So I'm really pushing. I almost go onto the wet patch there. Again, 2 laps to go. The gap is still kind of big. I take a really good line through this corner. He doesn't. I definitely gain on him there. He's looking back. He knows I'm there. So again, look at the left, white flag is being waved. So we have 1 corner and a lap pretty much to make up this gap. I take a really good line through there again, and he doesn't, so I'm gaining on him. No mistakes, absolute focus. The last lap, so we have 1 lap. He's looking back. Again, he definitely knows I'm there. He has a straight line speed, so we're going to have to do it through the corner. We don't really have the speed here to make it up, but we do have a run on him here. And again, he's looking back. We're sticking with him. We're gonna have 1 opportunity down the hairpin to do it. We do have a run on him. Does he defend down the inside? He doesn't. He leaves it open. I'm gonna dive down the inside again. Absolutely no mercy. Daniel Ricciardo style, late on the brakes. Last corner, last lap. Take that place back, and we finish 8th. Put my hand up, show Evan some love. That was some good racing. That was good. At least we could, well, overall, not very good, but at least we could salvage something from the race by finishing 8th. 1st and 8th is not very good in terms of overall points, but again, at least we were able to finish it off with a quite satisfying overtake. And, well, actually talking about that overtake, let's take a look at that overtake again. So I'm right behind him. I have a run, and he doesn't cover the inside, and I truly late on the brakes. I just make the corner, and he's actually kind of on my rear axle, but I still maintain the corner at the end. And during the cool down lap, I'm just waiting for him to come next to me, give him the thumbs up, let him know I appreciate the racecraft. And, well, overall for the round, not very positive. You know, ideally you want to win every race, and well, we won the first race. Ideally you always want to win, but we didn't do a good job in the second race. We finished 8th, and in terms of overall points, that's pretty bad. So if we could have finished in the top 3 or top 5, that would have been decent. But because we didn't really finish that high up in the first race, we actually get leapfrogged by the 4th place guy in the championship. So we actually fall to 4th. So with 1 round to go, we're gonna have to make up a lot of points in the final round to at least finish 3rd in the championship. If we could get a podium finish for the overall season, that would be ideal. So that's what we're gonna try to do in the second race, or well, not the second race, in the last race. And well, if this race was any fun, I'm sure the next race is going to be even better because, again, you know, we need to make up some positions. So I think in terms of improvement, what I need to work on is consistency. I generally tend to have pretty good performances, but I don't really follow up with similar performances. So consistency is definitely something that I need to work on. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed that video. If you did, do the regular, leave it a thumbs up. If not, that's cool too. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video for the final race. Hopefully it's as good as this one, and well, I'll see you guys later. Bye.